Hello, guys. Welcome back to a brand. And what the fuck did I just do? What the fuck did I just do? Anyway, welcome to CHO Radio and Podcast, your source for nonstop. Oh, it's this stuff. And welcome to CHO Radio and Podcast, your source for nonstop music, conspiracies, and news for the CHO. Hopefully, if you are a CHO personnel, you are watching this one because this one, there's gonna be less music and stuff like that because we actually got fucking news for once. Um, anyway, so I'm going to be talking mainly about what's going on here. I am joined by Dr. JC. He will not be talking as much. I got one viewer. Really? Fuck. Okay. Well, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. The O5, I'm going to tell you what the O5 doesn't want you to hear. They're probably going to shut this thing down. The O5 does not want people to hear that the CHO is actually falling apart, right? Now, I'm not going to say it's falling apart because it is and it isn't. And we're falling apart, but at the same time, we're growing. So, what I mean by this is that veterans of the CHO, people that used to, be in the CHO, and older people that are in the CHO, like, people that are like my age, are starting to drift away. But the younger people, like the people that were my age when I started the CHO, are starting to join in mass numbers, right? So what I mean by this is like, let's say Dr. JC. The Dr. JC quits, which I feel like he has already, but he is not letting on to it because he still wants free shit. But let's just say Dr. JC quits, right? When Dr. JC quits, it's a devastating blow to us. Mainly because he was our good friend, he was our good comrade, he was a good member, he was a good O5 member. He was. I'm not voting for him this year. I'll vote for whoever's going up against him. Uh, but at the same time, if Dr. JC quits, we'll have like 3 8-year-olds who join, right? And they will most likely become MTFs. So we do got more people that are joining, but at the same time, the other people are falling out. And for example, just this year, we found out Dr. Monday, who types up excellent reports, he gets his job done very, very well. He's retiring, and he's only been in it for like a year or whatever, but whatever. He's retiring. Who is it? MTF 1860, he's moving. I feel like Nabil's gonna quit soon. Dr. JC is gonna quit soon. Dr. Blank is gonna quit soon. Anthony, I don't know what the deal with Anthony is. I don't know if he's quitting or whatever. It does say I have one viewer, so if you are that viewer, please type in the chat and let me know what you guys think of this. Or let me know what you think of this, because it's like I don't know why the hell you're up, but it's like a, what is it? It's 10? It's 10:19, whatever. It's a weekday. It's like a Tuesday, right? But, so yeah, a lot of people are quitting. Now, for the reasons I'm going to explain, first off, people are starting not to believe anymore, right? When the CHO started, everybody believed in the Slender Man and the Rake and creepers and all this. And call it whatever you want, childhood magic or, imagination or whatever. People believed. And, there are still people that believe, but, they're just, I don't know. They just don't want to do it. I don't know if Dr. JC believes anymore, right? When he's around me, he says he believes, but when he's around Nabil, he says he doesn't. So whether he does or not, I don't know. I don't think he does. I just think he's saying that to say it. You know what I mean? Because in all honesty, the way I see it is a lot of people say they believe and they want to believe and they're trying to believe, but they don't believe. Because that's the last thing of childhood they have left is the CHO. Uh, but yeah. So they're trying to believe, but they don't. And I've came in contact with that struggle. But the problem is, every time I have that struggle, I just read our files, and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit's real. Um, but yeah, so the CHO at the same time is it's falling apart. It's not only like falling apart, but it's getting to like shape differently. So we do have people that I hope okay. I hope one of our sponsors, and you know who you are because you help pay for our stuff. You do know who you are. If I think you might be watching this video right now. Uh, but what the thing is that our one of our sponsors thinks that this our gear looks like terrorist gear. I'm not gonna lie, it does. But at the same time, the reason why we're getting this stuff now and we didn't get it before was because the person that I was you know we weren't allowed to get this stuff. We didn't have this stuff. We would literally have to sneak this stuff out. We would have to sneak uniforms out and like smuggle them. I would have to smuggle uniforms out of my house to supply my people with it, right? And for example, Nabil doesn't want to wear his uniform, but literally everybody else does. So it's like most people want the uniforms, and most people need the uniforms. They need the equipment, but some people don't want them, and I can see why. But at the same time, we have way more people that want them. Uh, For example, Jew-Man wants uniforms. 1804 wants uniforms. 1806 wants uniforms. They all want uniforms. I want uniforms because that makes us, not only does the vest provide some protection and the helmet provides some protection, but it unites people in a way that, nothing could. When everybody has something that matches and that they share in common, they're going to want to like unify together, and they're gonna want to do things together more. And you know what I mean? But like, you can give the person you can like try to put the uniform on the person, and they might not do it, and they might just keep and they won't put it on or whatever. But at the same time, once if they do put it on and they see their comrades and their friends and their colleagues with these uniforms, they automatically want to do their job better. And I've read studies on this, and I've experienced it firsthand, right? For example, 1806 wanted to quit, but when we introduced the uniform and he gave it a shot, he wants nothing more right now than to get another mission. Uh, and he does his job extremely well. Uh, and you know what I mean? So we're getting that. And not only that, that we're making a pedal tank now. Now, this is news for all mobile task forces. We are equipped with riot shields and tanks now. Now, the tank isn't nothing special. It's literally a weird tricycle thing with a wood box around it. You guys see it when it gets shipped in. And right now, we are working on it right here, right now, right today. Or not today, but, like as I'm recording this, we're working on it, and we're just mapping everything out. We're drawing up plans for it. So I expect it to be done by sometime in October. Uh, I don't care what O5 Command says. It will probably be done by sometime in October, but they're not probably going to release it till November, which I'll get into later. Now, the pedal tank has one feature, and the feature is literally there's an airsoft gun at the top, or there's going to be. If my sponsor will, if our sponsors will give us some firepower, maybe like some P90s airsoft and some bulletproof vests. Maybe we could get some stuff done. You know what I mean? But uh, we do have we're starting to get in the equipment that we need, and we're starting to get in a lot of stuff we need. We've gotten in our vests. We've gotten in vests. Uh, we've got 2 pistols. Looking up airsoft pistols. Uh, Nerf is still our main gun on Arsenal, the modified Nerf guns. We're planning on switching that very soon. We've got helmets and visors for those helmets. We're getting money and we're getting rations. Now, I just want to say congratulations to Dr. Roman for winning the '05 council election. He definitely deserves his place on it. And I might have been a little bit biased towards the whole thing. But on the same end, I just want to say I think Dr. Roman very, very well deserves his chance or his '05 thing, because lately Dr. Roman has always been an '05 member for I'd say about 3 years now, but he's really stepped it up recently. The thing about Dr. Roman is that he just didn't have the communications, and I think he would have done this a while ago. But Dr. Roman, a lot of people voted for him because he's basically fucking rich at this point. But Dr. Roman is like, he's donating lots of money, right? He just donated $200 towards rations and equipment. So he got like a box of rations and he got some other stuff. So to my sponsor, I'm not the only one providing this. Dr. JC recently has gotten some test tubes. Okay, I hope this doesn't mess up my live stream. Anyway, so Dr. JC at the moment has gotten some test tubes, right? And is there actually somebody viewing this? Like, can you please like type something in the chat? Anyway, uh, Dr. JC, I've heard this. I don't know if this is true. It's probably not. He's just trying to probably make himself look better. He said he's got beakers and test tubes and microscopes for the research committee or whatever it's called, the research division. I doubt he has. Melon, she has been doing some good stuff. The other 2 I haven't heard that much from, but mainly Dr. Roman is carrying us at this point. He's gotten our shit together. He's been doing pretty good as '05 member, and so yeah, we definitely made the right choice by electing him. Anybody that voted for Dr. Blank can go suck my balls, but because I know for a fact Dr. Blank would have just sat there and said, "Oh, I'm '05 now," and not have done stuff. Now, I really want to get some new people in '05. Like, I'm not going to say who I want out, but when these elections get around, I know some people that will actually get the stuff done, and get it done fast. Because we need some new '05 members, or we need to extend the '05 to more members. You know what I mean? I want to keep it at 5. Because '05, you know what I mean? But I want to get some new council members. And recently, the ethics committee has been added. I know this isn't news to a lot of people. The ethics committee was actually added probably about a year ago now. But the ethics committee, what they do is, if you're wondering, the ethics committee basically monitors and makes sure what the '05 can and cannot do. So they're above the '05, but the '05 is above them. It's in that sort of respect, right? They're kind of equal. But yeah. So we're gonna take a break right now. Let me put some music on and I will be right back. Give me 1 second. Let me get my phone. Oh, hi. Okay, if you are still in the chat, whoever you are, you can recommend a song for me to play while I go and do some stuff. I'm just gonna sit down. It's not gonna be the best quality audio, but here we go. I love video games. It's all I know. Nadie es igual en la familia.
Somos muy diferentes.
Muy diferente. Por eso Verizon ahora tiene más planes para Mix and Match. Todos tienen lo que quieren sin pagar de más. Nuevos planes desde $35. Verizon te da más.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yeah, it's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good. It's quite pungent. Oh, yeah. Stings the nostrils. In a good way. Yeah. Right, I'll be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline. 60% of the time, it works. Every time. That just makes sense.
Okay, guys, welcome back. So I'm going to be talking about the ethics committee a little bit and what I think of the ethics committee. I think what the ethics committee is trying to do is recently they've been really touching on the Class D subjects, and I think they want to give more liberation, or not liberation, but give a little of the D class a little bit better living conditions. As you know, they don't get the best because they are D class, and we do use them to do some fun stuff. But at the same time, the problem with the D classes, a lot of them are, I'm not gonna say POWs because the war hasn't even started yet. But they are part of Enders, or they were part of Enders, and when we captured them, we turn them into test subjects. Because of the fact that not only are they dicks, but they're most likely bad people. You know what I mean? Think about it this way, right? So one Ender's person has probably shot somebody innocent. You know what I mean? Just a chaos or somebody just doing their job. For some dumbass reason, like, oh, Ender Boy told me to. So they get what they deserve. And in my opinion, why they have it too good, in my opinion. They shouldn't even get fed. You know what I mean? And most of the stuff we even tested on is harmless anyway. Like the worst thing they'll come in contact is like level 3 mimetic hazard, and it goes up to like level 4. So like maybe a level 2 mimetic hazard. I don't know. They're trying to get it shut down, and level 1 mimetic hazard is the highest you can go on them, and like only 1 dose of sigma radiation. And the whole point of testing is to see how this reacts. So if we give them level 1 mimetic hazard, then we already know how the mimetic hazard works. We already know what it's done because we've done it before. And right now, Doctor, what is his name? Shit, I forgot his name. But anyway, he's trying to use mimetic hazard level 4, and it's a big controversy right now going on in our organization. Should he be allowed to do this? Now, a lot of people look over the fact that only the D-boys get tested, right? The Chaos Insurgency and most facility guards are D-class personnel. Janitors are D-class personnel. Cleaners are D-class personnel. D-class personnel covers a wide range of jobs, just the low jobs, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of D-class aren't even, enders either. The D-class that aren't enders are usually like, what do I mean? Like, they're CHO personnel. Technically, the D class test subjects are, but at the same time, they're just people we found or whatever, or we captured. That's basically it. Now, I want to use the correct term here, D-boy. Now, D-boy has become a slang in the CHO for test subject. So when you say, get me a D-boy, it means get me a test subject, right? When you say D-boy, it doesn't always mean like all D class, because a Chaos Insurgency then would be considered a D-boy, and it would get confusing. So if you say, look, give me a D-boy, D-boy could mean a girl or a boy. It just D-boy, B-O-I. That's, you know what I mean? It just is something. It's just a slang that we just came up with. But like I said, these people deserve what they get, and if they don't, if their health and human rights are violated, then like fuck their human rights. You know what the shit they've done? I mean, half these people, we should just straight up, I can't say it on YouTube, but you know what I mean. If you're an ethics committee and you disagree with this, I don't know, sympathizer. That's what I call you. Anyway, there are some D-boy, some people that volunteer as test subjects, like volunteer. They want to be a test subject for the better of the organization. And yes, they should get better treatment, but at the same time, they want to create things that are more equal. So therefore, you would be given POWs, more rights or better living conditions than they deserve. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my opinion on it, and I think the ethics committee should just chill out on this one. There's way more things to worry about right now, like the using a 420J without a without medic's permission. Like people busting in and getting 420J, like you need to shut that shit down. Or people taking stuff that they don't need, like extra meals and rations, and hoarding it to themselves. Bust down on that. Forget the D-boy situation, or better yet, focus on funding. Like help us out a little bit, ethics. So yeah. Next election coming up is the fall election, and it starts in October. The candidates are Dr. JC and, of course, Dr. What was his name? Dr. Dallas, of course. Dr. Dallas and Dr. JC are running up against each other, and let's see who wins ethics committee. Dallas has been transferred over to containment unit, actually, so he's no longer a doctor, but people will still call him Dr. Dallas. I think no matter what. So yeah, he'll be, whoever wins. Honestly, I don't think any of them will do their job right. Not a lot of people want to run for 05 though. They all want to be MTFs, and that's another thing. MTFs are growing at an enormous rate. Everybody wants to become a mobile task force now because of the whole equipment and all that, and everybody's flocking to MTF. And the 05 recently, which I agree with this, they've shut down the MTF category. You can't be an MTF no more, and most MTFs are being switched over. So, like I said, if you're an MTF right now, and you're like, why am I being switched over to containment unit or researcher? It's because of the fact that we just have too many of you fuckers, and we can't deal with you no more. We have enough MTFs as it is, and I'm going to be honest, they're probably going to send all you back to MTF so you can go fight on the front lines of the war. And that's another thing I want to talk about, the war against Enders. Do I support it? Hell yes, I support it. Enders has been a pain in our ass since day one, and they've always been raiding our stuff. They've always been messing with us, and it's just gotten super annoying. In 2016, when Enders was officially founded, they really messed with us, and they destroyed Hunting Ground. They destroyed a whole bunch of our stuff. Like, I mean a whole bunch of our stuff. They completely messed up our facility. They got us out of our facility. They've taken over that area. So then when we try to move down to another facility, literally right next to the other one, they got us out of that, and they corrupted that site manager, and then they basically took over the entire division. And a lot of CHO members moved out of the division because they didn't want to deal with the constant harassment no more. So they moved, and the spread of Enders, I can just call it a virus, a parasite at this point. What they essentially did is they went from house to house corrupting until they took advantage of the whole street. And then once they got the whole street, they took CHO Hunting Ground. And once they took CHO Hunting Ground, they looked towards Perline. And when they looked towards Perline, the 05 said, oh, hell no. And then they took Perline. And just recently, they've taken Division 2, because Division 2 only had one site on it. And, well, technically 2 or 3 sites, but those sites have been decommissioned as of now. And they've taken Division 2, and they're making their way up to 3. And they plan on taking the original hunting grounds. And if they step foot on the original hunting grounds, that's when war is declared. And they've already done it. So war has already been declared. We're just getting stuff ready. So right now, I'm not going to say the current, like all the strategies, but the basic current strategy right now is just to take, with the 3 and 2 back, and the hunting grounds, of course. And that should be easy. Just sweep through there. And then Perline will be a hell of a hard thing to get through because they've dug trenches. You know what I mean? They've gotten their trenches and all that. Or they're planning on putting trenches and barricades and stuff up. So that's going to be the main difficulty. And once we get back to the new division, I hope that we can liberate the people who are still loyal to us from them. And I'm going to put it the way Melon put it, is she was saying how Enders is a parasite who feeds on misery. And she put it as basically saying the leader of Enders still denies Enders is even a thing, yet he keeps taking our stuff. He keeps spying on us, right? And he keeps moving up the divisions, and now he's looking at how much park, and he's spreading out, which basically means he's trying to take over. So if there's a map or whatever, imagine there's a central area, and then it spreads thinner as it gets out from Perline and down by Sadler and Chromie and all that. And he basically took all that, and then he's looking for Helmich, which is literally right in back of the division. So all they have to do is just send a mass troops over there to take that. And a lot of that is CHO hunting ground and CHO territory, and it's been CHO territory for 7-8 years now. So you know what I mean? It's been our territory, and it is our territory. Before that was like, I'm gonna say 5 years. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I'm gonna say 4 or 5 years before Enders even became a thing. That was CHO territory. So before Enders was even thought of, 3 years before Enders was even being thought of, that was already CHO territory. But yeah, they took that too, and they're planning on spreading out. And I hope the NRA, New Red Army, MTF unit, New Red Army, can take it back. If not, we'll just send all our MTFs and researchers. Basically, whoever can hold a gun, the O5 is just sending into there. Anybody over the age of 10 or 11, anybody the age of 11 and up is being sent out there. And the ethics committee comes in here again with the ethics committee. And they're saying, and because the O5 said, we need to send it because we don't have that many people that are going to fight that are like above 11. Let's start recruiting people that are 7 and up. And automatically the ethics committee jumps on this and says, no, 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 no. We're not sending in anybody. It has to be 11 and up. We'll go down to 10. So they made an agreement with 10, but now they're trying to go down to 9. I see what the O5 is trying to do, but will the ethics committee, like back off? I doubt they will, because I mean, the ethics committee, in all honesty, does a lot of they're the ethics. They make sure everything is right. So when you have somebody saying let's do this and they don't agree with it, the whole committee knows each other. So the whole committee is just say no, let's not do this. So again, do you guys agree? Honestly, I think the age should be 8 or 9, because I know people that are 8 and 9 who actually want to join this and help us. But for example, Jew-Man wants to fight. He wants to be a tankus. He wants to drive some tanks around and f up Enders. But his brother, who is also part sort of the ethics committee, or he knows some people in the ethics committee, is saying he can't do it. He's too young. And honestly, the way I see this going is that the council is going to override the ethics committee eventually when people start kicking the bucket in the trenches. And they're just going to start shipping out everybody until eventually they have the whole organization fighting to protect them. And I can only see this backfiring for the O5 Council. And what I mean by that is that I can only see some people saying, hey, this isn't fair. And this just starts like a giant conflict, like Civil War type thing within the thing. So basically it's everybody against the O5 guards or the O5 mobile task force units, which, are for the only O5 only, I'm guessing. Now, the units that are being transferred to the front lines or the war are MTF unit, NRA, New Red Army. They are being transferred to the front lines first with their tanks and their equipment, because they're basically our army. If things go wrong, they're there to help. Followed by them is, of course, Nine-Tailed Fox, my unit, because I support this thing totally, and I'm sending in Nine-Tailed Fox. Not only am I sending in Nine-Tailed Fox, but I'm going to send in my facility guards. Hopefully they can go in if the ethics committee permits it. Honestly, screw the ethics committee. I don't like them. I see they do some good things, but at the same time, I just don't like what they do most of the time, because they just think, whatever. Followed by that is Cleanup Crew, and eventually Ghosts in a Jar might get involved. They're still debating on it. Because the way units work is that the units have their own little, thing, and there's like one person or maybe 3 people who make the decisions for what the unit does or what they're going to participate in. But yeah, I see certain people getting moved out. I know Anti-S Walker might get involved, but seeing how they did last winter in winter hunts, I doubt they will. But yes, we're getting stuff in, and Another controversial topic is that should girls get involved in the war? I honestly think why not? If they want to, sure, why not? Don't force anybody into anything. But I do know a couple girls who want to get involved. For example, Melon and Medic 102, Medic 102, maybe, I don't know. I think they want to both get involved. But yes. I also know some friends who aren't even in the organization, but they want to get involved. And again, the ethics committee says, should we just allow in outsiders? And it's like, Anders isn't a dick to us. They're just a dick to everybody. They just think everything is theirs, and they just want to get everything. So when they just get the CHO, what's going to stop them from just going into a random ass neighborhood and just say, "Oh, this is ours now"? Because at that point, once they capture the 05, we have no choice just to comply with what they say, at that point. So if they get the 05 out, it's just, I can't do nothing about it. You can't, I mean, sure, we could stage a revolution, but at the same time, it's like, CHO is just gone at that point. I think a lot of us would just quit or, just not do anything anymore. And I give that whole thing, if they win like a year at like a couple months, and it will just fall apart. Or maybe a year at the most. But then again, I thought the CHO would only last for a couple weeks, and here we are 8 years later. Goddamn. But yeah. So that's it. Really, I'm gonna play some more music, and I'll get back to you in like 2 minutes.
911, what's your emergency? Don't think I can take it. Whatever drama, a piece of me dies like some kind of sadist. I think that he likes to see the pain in my eyes. He knows that I'm lovesick. He kissed me and promised I would be alright. But no, it's bullshit. The longer I'm with him, the less I'm alive. Doctors on the other line, 'cause he's not coming home tonight, and I just took my very last pill. Need something to numb the pain, demons knocking on my brain. I think they're coming in for the kill. Wanna need some, wanna my baby treats me like a game, I'm not having fun. Want to him, he's one, my heart is always aching, and I gotta be done, 'cause I gotta lose my guy. Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. You must think that I'm crazy. Well, he does too, so I guess that makes three. He's someone to save me. I'd really appreciate if you'd intervene. Doctor's on the other line, 'cause he's not coming home tonight. Can't seem to find my bottle of pills. Swear to God, I'm not insane. The voices only say his name when I'm starting to think that they're real. Wanna need some, wanna my baby treats me like a game, I'm not having fun. Want to him, he's one, my heart is always aching, and I gotta be done, 'cause I gotta lose my guy. I'm gonna lose my mind. Whether you're starting your own company, starting your commute, or simply taking a sip of H2O, Smart Water believes there's always a smart way of doing things. like vapor distilling water for purity and adding electrolytes for taste, and making a bottle that's as easy to carry as it is to sip. The smart way to enjoy everything water has to offer. Smart water. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I love animals, especially when they're dead. So get it embedded up in your head, cause I'm headed to the Red Cross. I'm snapping dogs next like it's a hobby of mine. Cause I'm rapping like a turtle when I'm snapping this cat's spine. I love hitting deer and making these hounds fight. To you they might be screaming, but to me it just sounds like... And Peter begs me to stop like my cock was lodged down in their sensitive spot, and I rock these fucking godburster dogs that I killed, along with 10 other dogs. Greenpeace ain't thrilled cause I'm on my way to work. I try to hit as many squirrels and deer as I can. Endangered species are like harder targets. They greet me by my first name in the black markets, with fresh carcass, shredding like guitar picks. Yeah, I'm known for killing raccoons and baboons and kangaroos for 1,000 smackaroons and the Chinese butcher. Cook it well with more ash than Kutcher. If you find your dead pet in the yard, you can bet it's me, Mr. Poultry, chopping down the tall trees, feeding pellets. I ain't talking about the pedigree. You just made an enemy. Here, try giraffe. It's cooked and tastes heavenly. The only good animal is the livestock. So sit back with me and watch these felines rot. Killing animals is great. Fuck the rules. If you're scared of the wild, just grab the right tools. Shoot the fucking birds out of the sky. They're singing. We fall again. We fall again. Your weapons fall again. We fall again. Just watch it fall. I got these birds screaming like angels when they fall out the sky looking angry. Grab your shotguns and grab your rifles. Have these birds looking sleepy like night. We fall again, we fall again. We fall again. We fall again. You do realize this is a song about killing animals. Oh, let him rap about what he wants. He's just a boy. It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch.
Okay, guys. So we're back. I got some Halloween bark right here. Oh, that reminds me. Alright, so on November 1st is our annual CHO Halloween party. It will be on a Friday, and I hope all of you can come. Trust me, we got shit. And you're gonna like what we got. So I hope you guys are having a good time here. And yeah, that was Filthy Frank. I don't know if he can copyright me for that. Goddamn, I hope not. As you know, he quit YouTube and now he makes music. And his name is like Joe G now. So, also the next thing is, what is it? Oh, yeah. So, next thing is classified. So, I'm going to play a mimetic kill agent. To render what you're hearing is not actually what's going on. You'll hear something completely different. If you hear a ding at the end, let me get the okay. Let me. This is a mimetic kill agent. If you hear a ding at the end, that means you've been authorized. Okay. If that gave you the chills, then that means what you're going to hear right now is not real, starting right now. Okay. Here's another mimetic kill agent. Just make sure none of you have weird things.
The puzzle. Once you put them into the puzzle, how do we stop it? Well, you're supposed to put the pieces in the puzzle before it starts playing the music. Right. So.
Attention all O5 command and higher up. MTF unit Epsilon 11 has been... Epsilon 11, designated nine-tailed fox, has reported back. Sightings of a weird humanoid creature near the areas of Perline. It has not been identified yet and has been identified as extremely hostile. Any units in the area must report back to base immediately. We must send out all units immediately with our new pedal tanks and riot shield men accompanying those tanks. All units are reported to use mimetic wipe agents to, memory wipe you because it has a mimetic hazard of a level 6. We do not know how this is possible. No containment units are necessary for this, and any containment units going into the area are very, very restricted. I don't know how to put this into, like, words, but for real, if you are, like, listen, if you hear this right now about the mimetic kill agents, or if you hear this right now about the humanoid, this is like the right thing right now. If you hear this about flowers or something, or an ethics committee, then you are not, on the right one. Anyway, this creature is described as a pale white being with a bald head. Its head is slightly larger than a normal person's. It stands around like 4 or 5 feet tall. It crawls on all fours, occasionally stands up. Its eyes are a pitch black and somewhat resemble 003 and 026 if they bred. This entity has made whooping noises, growling noises, hissing, and panting noises. It will mess with your head, giving you very, very vivid hallucinations. This entity was first sighted at 2:35 or not 2:35, sorry, that's my time. 2:25 at Perline by unit Epsilon 11, designated nine-tailed fox. The unit reported a strange being followed by headaches, violently sick, throwing up blood. If you are part of this unit, we advise that you enter quarantine immediately if you are going back. When you enter your facility, you'll be immediately escorted to quarantine by Containment Unit 2, designated Bunny in a Cage. So, yes, playing the mimetic kill agent back.
Once you put them into the puzzle, how do we stop it? Well, you're supposed to put the pieces in the puzzle before it starts playing music. Right. So.
Okay, guys, we're back. So anyway, that message was just for O5 command. It was really nothing. It was just about the war or whatever. Don't worry about it. So yes, if you have like a level 3 and up, honestly, you should hear the message. So don't worry about it. You'll be A-okay. But yeah, so We're just gonna play a little bit more music because the mimetic kill agent gives me chills. It sounds weird. I don't know if it gave you chills. It gives me chills, and I just want to chill out. And normally I'd play some copyright music, and I'd get fucked in the asshole by YouTube. Uh, but for right now, we're just gonna chill out, and yeah. So.
This is not a test. The following is a message from the United States government. Repeat, this is not a test. The United States Department for Homeland Security has relinquished power to an organization known as the SCP Foundation. On August 11th at 0800 Central Standard Time, a possible mimetic hazard was detected inside of the country's information grid. A mimetic hazard causes varied symptoms to appear in those exposed, including, but not limited to, stress, anxiety, headache, irrational behavior, or possible behavioral modification. It is advised at this time to limit or stop all electronic communication via visual format. At any time, if you or those nearby exhibit strange symptoms or behavior, contact local law enforcement, and your actions will be directed further. The release of this information is authorized under the SCP Foundation via the United States Civil Emergency Alert System. Repeating, this is not a test. The following is a message from the United States government. Repeat, this is not a test. The United States Department for Homeland Security has relinquished power to an organization known as the SCP Foundation. On August 11th at 0800 Central Standard Time, a possible mimetic hazard was detected inside of the country's information grid. A mimetic hazard causes varied symptoms to appear in those exposed, including, but not limited to, stress, anxiety, headache, irrational behavior, or possible behavioral modification. It is advised at this time to limit or stop all electronic communication via visual format. At any time, if you or those nearby exhibit strange symptoms or behavior, contact local law enforcement, and your actions will be directed further. The release of this information is authorized under the SCP Foundation via the United States Civil Emergency Alert System.
Anyway, yeah, so that's what's up with Dr. JC and why he's not here. So next up we got a report, and this report is done by Dr. Monday, and he just wants to address on why he's not going to be here, and like why he's retiring. Anyway, the report basically says, I've enjoyed my stay here, and you've all given me friendship and camaraderie, and it just feels like I'm not getting the proper payment I need, and I need to look elsewhere. I will forever remember this job as it was a very fun job, and it was a very fun time for me. Anyway, from the sports corner, Creeper Ball seasons have come to an end, and as always, Dr. JC's team has kicked everybody's ass, and everybody wants to go home crying. But yeah, as usual, I lost immediately. He won immediately, but it came very close between Nabil and him. Now, the thing I want to talk about mainly is the fact that Nabil came very close to scoring. It was a very close game of 11-12. Nabil was going to hit it in. It was 3 seconds. Dr. JC kicked the ball. It was like 11-11. Dr. JC turned around, kicked the ball so hard into the net, it went flying past Nabil and just hit right into that net, scoring a game of 12-11. So yes, MTF Unit Sand Monkeys has gone down. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to end it off with some music, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. Sorry about that mimetic hazard stuff. The command just wanted me to put that out there for you guys. Anyway, don't forget to Like, comment, subscribe, generic YouTube bullshit. And yeah, Creepster 108 signing out. Let me just find something. Okay, here we go. Creepster 108 signing out.
Misunderstood. She was falling for a guy that's a legend. Needs a life, pluck up the courage and invite her nowhere good. Cause I need this more than just a one night stand. Need that honey when she hold my hand. Sounds like this ain't called for true romance, but she's not ready for that. She lets me down, then gets me high. Oh, I don't know why she's just my type. She's started fighting, I know it twice. Oh, I don't know why she's what I like. It's her last time. I love it, I love it, I love it. I know it can break my head. She lets me down, then gets me high. Oh, I don't know why she's just my type. Deeply in my mind, won't let me sleep. She's not the one who's in my sheets, she's no good. She defies all of my dreams and expectations. She won't meet. I pack my bags and try to leave. I wish I could. Cause I need this more than just a one night stand. Need that honey when she hold my hand. Sounds like this ain't called for true romance, but she's not ready for that. She lets me down, then gets me high. Oh, I don't know why she's just my type. She's not advising, I know it twice. Oh, I don't know why she's what I like. It's her last time. I love it, I love it, I love it. I know it can break my head. She lets me down, then gets me high. Oh, I don't know why she's just my type. Easy, I like to tell the truth, to be a liar. For her out again last night, misunderstood. And I'll never be a guy that cigarettes still need to light. And when I take it back to mine, it's nothing good. Cause I need this more than just a one night stand. Need that honey when she hold my hand. Sounds like this ain't no for true romance, but she's not ready for that. She lets me down, then gets me high. Oh, I don't know why she's just my type. She's started fighting, I know it twice. Oh, I don't know why she's what I like. It's her last time. I love it, I love it, I love it. I know it can break my head. She lets me down, then gets me high. Oh, I don't know why she's just my
Somos una familia, pero somos todos diferentes.
Somos